If you're a car enthusiast, you'll know exactly how much time, effort and money goes into properly looking after a car. The safe washing methods, the right chemicals, the hours that you spend cleaning, protecting and maintaining it so that it always looks at its best. But the reality is, once we take the car out onto the road or leave it parked somewhere, a lot of what happens next is completely out of our control, and it only takes one careless moment from some numpty to undo all of that effort. Whether it's a bump in a car park, someone cutting across you in traffic, or damage that happens while the car's parked while you're nowhere near it, the frustrating part is that without evidence, it can often be impossible to prove what actually happened.
You haven't got Dashcam, have you?
For those of us who take pride in our cars, that's not a great position to be in, because we spend a lot of time maintaining our cars, and it would be a real shame if something was to happen to it and there was no clear way to know what caused it. That's why a dash camera can be incredibly useful. So today on GM Details, I'm taking a look at the Viofo A119M Pro, a compact 4K dashcam designed to quietly record every journey you take and give you that extra peace of mind if something else does go wrong. So hello and welcome back for a slightly different type of video for the channel. I'll walk through the features, the setup, image quality and my honest thoughts from an enthusiast perspective. No complicated tech talk, just a straightforward look at what this little camera can do. Let's get into it. The A119 series from Viofo falls within the under £200 category. Some of these cameras can get quite pricey, but for the money this dashcam is quite an upgrade from the one I was using previously. This A119M Pro is the latest version, bringing a few key upgrades which I'll cover later in the video. For now though, let's get it out of the box and see what's what. I've got the dash cam itself, Viofo's own micro SD card, which is extra, as well as the optional wireless Bluetooth remote control, also extra cost. I've also got the hardwire kit, but I don't need it as our MGZS has a handy USB dash cam outlet up on the mirror housing. It's 2026, why aren't more car manufacturers doing this? Inside you'll find the A119M Pro dash cam itself, along with the GPS windscreen mount, a 12-volt power cable for the car and a USB-C data cable. Viofo also cover a CPL polarizing filter which helps reduce reflections from the dashboard when filming through the windscreen. That is fantastic. There's also a trim tool for routing the cable neatly around the interior, a couple of static windscreen stickers and a spare adhesive pad for the mount. The only thing you'll need to add yourself is a micro SD card, and if you want to use parking mode, a separate hardwire kit. So with everything out the box, let's get this installed in the car and take a look at how it fits. First, you'll need to position the dashcam correctly and within the law. In the UK, that means installing it so it doesn't restrict your view of the road. The camera must not intrude more than 40mm into the wiper swept area, ideally behind the rear view mirror. With my car, there's a lot of plastic cowling around the mirror, so I'm going to place it just to the left of the cowling. But first, I'm going to clean the glass with Built Hamber Traceless Glass Cleaner. So the camera mounts to the windscreen using that supplied adhesive mount, ideally positioned just behind the rear view mirror so it stays out of your line of sight while driving. If you don't want the adhesive pad being stuck directly onto the glass, you can use one of the electrostatic films if you have tints or want to be able to take the dashcam out easily if need be. They're really easy to apply and there's no adhesive. It's literally using static electricity to cling to the windscreen, therefore no bubbles. It's so much easier than applying a mobile phone screen protector, and unlike a screen protector, these can be reused, which is a good thing as I've probably stuck that one on a little bit too high. I then decided to see if it worked before I stuck it down to the windscreen. It's a USB-A cable into the dashcam's USB-C power inlet, which is perfect for my setup, with the power output being at the top of the windscreen. But if you need to route the power cable around the headliner and the A-pillars to the fuse box or a power outlet, you get plenty of cable and the trim tool to enable you to do that. As soon as I power it up, it's immediately asking for the micro SD card. Insert it gently. There's only one way it goes in, so don't try and force it if it doesn't slide in gently. As soon as that's in, format the card by following the screen prompts. It'll save you straining your neck later once it's installed. One thing I noticed as I formatted the card, the date and time were already set correctly. I wondered if that was to do with the GPS module. Whatever it was, it saved me from setting it. Once I get all the settings the way I want them, I positioned the Viofo dash camera right where my big head was, so you get the idea from the exterior view. And then all I had to do was tidy that spaghetti of cable up into the headlining with the help of that trim tool. I nearly forgot about the CPL filter. That's a small polarising lens filter that reduces reflections and glare, meaning you'll get clearer, higher contrast footage. Without it, you might get a washed out sky and glare from sunlight. Not that we've seen much of that in the UK this year. So before we get into the footage, this is where a dashcam really earns its place. Daytime is one thing, but it's low light and night driving where most cameras struggle. So let's see how the A119M Pro handles both. Okay, so this was an incident I recorded the other day. Let's just rewind and take another look at the clip. The information along the bottom of the clip is crucial evidence in providing both your speed and GPS precise location, although I do need to adjust that for miles per hour. Moving across the centre of the clip, it's got the dash cam name, the car registration number, the date and time of the recording set by GPS, I presume. Now, can I pause the footage and zoom in to read the police car registration? Not too well on this editing software it seems, but paused and zoomed in on my phone and the registration is clearly visible, and that's what really matters, that you can take any clip of this dashcam very easily via Wi-Fi onto your phone and be able to read the information you need for an incident report or an insurance claim. The footage is in 4K at 30 frames per second from an upgraded Sony Starvis 2 light sensor, which is quite impressive for a dashcam of this price. Most others I looked at, including the previous A119 from Amazon.co.uk, are only 2K resolution. So you're definitely better buying direct from Viofo.com if you're looking to get one. As usual, I'll put all those links in the description box for you to check out. Nighttime vision from this dashcam is superb. I do need to drop the camera down just a little as the top half of the image is in the unswept area of the windscreen, but if you can concentrate on the lower half of the clip, you'll get the idea how good it is, and the built-in microphone from the dashcam picks up everything that's going on inside the car too. For copyright reasons, I've had to delete the audio, but here's a tiny section and I hope I don't get a copyright strike. Just before I wrap up the review, I'm going to show you how easy it is to transfer the footage from the Dashcam to a phone or tablet using Wi-Fi. You just click the Wi-Fi button on the Dashcam and connect using the code on the screen. Via the VIOFO app, you'll see every clip that's on the camera in order of date and time. Select the one you want and click download. And that's it, downloaded straight onto my phone to keep. It's really that simple. When it comes to something like a dashcam, it's not really about how often you use it, it's about being glad it's there when you need it. As car enthusiasts, we put a lot of time, effort and money into looking after our cars, keeping them clean, protected and in the best condition we can. But once we're out on the road or the car's left parked somewhere, a lot of that is out of our hands, and that's where something like this just quietly does its job in the background. This Viofo A119M Pro doesn't try to be overly complicated, it just focuses on what matters. This replaced a budget dashcam, which was pretty poor. The picture quality, although it stated it was 1080p, clearly wasn't at night. Not only that, the suction cup kept falling off, and that's not good midway through a drive, as it scares the bejesus out of you. The Viofo has clear 4K footage, brilliant low light performance, and the kind of features that actually make a difference when you come to rely on it. It's compact, easy to live with, and once it's installed, it's something you probably forget about until the moment you really need it. And in that situation, having clear video evidence can make all the difference. For me, it's one of those upgrades that isn't about how it looks, but about protecting everything that I've already put into it. So with that, if you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Remember, all the links and a discount code are in the description box below. I hope to see you next time on GM Details. Take care. Cheery bye.